tonight's podcast. Thank you guys all for being patient and waiting out with me tonight. Hi, Dan. Nice to see you. Hi, Austin. Nice to see you. So we've made it through the holidays. Okay. Welcome to 2019. We've now entered another year of life. It's going to be an exciting year. You know, as I was sort of gearing up for the new year's, I was looking at the intentions that I'd set over the year in 2018. And it was pretty cool to see that I had intended to really take my business to the next level. I had intended to get on the television, share my message. I intended to double my income. I intended to connect more deeply to the divine, to spirit, and really evolve both personally and professionally. And as the New Year's was approaching, I was looking at my intentions and I was reflecting on the things that I had accomplished and the things that I had set out, my own personal successes. And it was so incredible for me to see that I had been able to accomplish everything that I had set forth, that I had put into motion in 2018 in January and had now seen come to fruition. And, you know, these things didn't happen overnight. It took time and it took action. But what it really took was a consistent practice of cleansing myself, really cleansing myself and really getting aware or present to the part of me that was possibly holding me back or challenging me to really achieve these successes, because that's a part of life. We are faced with challenge. We are faced with adversity, and we are faced sometimes with things that will come in our way that will sometimes put a stop or put a roadblock in our way to achieve our personal goals or successes. And I saw that this was such an incredible opportunity to then share what it meant with all of you guys to truly cleanse. I mean, what does it mean? Because it's January 2nd and it's so easy for me to look around and see the gyms are packed. You know, everybody's trying to really transform their bodies, and the lines at the grocery store are so full, and everyone's got the fruits and the vegetables and all the healthy foods and the clean eating in order. But what does it mean to truly cleanse? Because yes, we can work with our bodies and yes, we can work with food, but what component do we often miss that actually is key to really fostering a real deep cleanse? And I want to say hello to William, and it's good morning in the Philippines. That's awesome. I didn't know you were still there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're having a great trip. I saw your Instagram post. That looked like it was a lot of fun out in the streets. Thank you for the support and listenership. And so we're talking about truly cleansing. And so think about it, guys. You know, everyone's in the gym. They're all, you know, they're transforming their eating habits at the grocery stores. It's a wonderful time in the beginning of the year to set out goals and intentions. You know, all the sweet treats have been eaten. The presents have been unwrapped. We're now getting back into the swing of things. It's day 2. So what are you looking to achieve? You know, what are you looking to really achieve and accomplish in 2019? Because it's such an incredible feeling to be able to look back and go, I did it. I did it. And it really was so worth it. And I learned so much about myself. And the new year is this powerful sense of anew. And it can be a really incredible opportunity to also look back and say, well, what's held me back? You know, what's held me back from achieving my own success, my own personal definition for it? And I emphasize that because personal success means something different to everybody. So it doesn't mean that success has to be what everybody else says it is, but what does it mean to you? And by seeing all these people at the gym and seeing these lines at the grocery store packed with fruits and vegetables, I know that collectively, people are looking to have success and achievements with their health. So this is what the podcast is about. It's about becoming fit with our mind, body, and soul so that we can have success and true achievement with our health and well-being. And the podcast tonight is going to help you discover how to truly cleanse. The first of a 4 series that I'm going to be doing over this month that will allow for you to really start to get present to parts of ourselves that we want to let go, really release, to remove the heaviness from, okay? That's what a cleanse is really about. It's about shedding something that no longer serves us. And for many people, that can be weight, it can be fatigue, it can be heaviness, it can be sluggish, but it doesn't only lie in the way that we commit to the gym or the way that we commit with food. There's actually a very big component that is a part of a cleansing process, a true cleansing process, to become fit in our mind, to become fit in our body, and to become fit with our soul and really step into ultimate health and well-being. To have that achievement of I feel great. And now with that, I can personally set out to have success in other areas in ways that feel really purposeful and right for me. For some that could be, I want to achieve to have 10 cars in my driveway, and I want to have a big house, and I want to, maybe start a nonprofit, or I want to, double or triple my income, or I want to get into a fulfilling, purposeful relationship, or I want to lose 10 pounds. Whatever it is, before you got on this podcast tonight, I wanted you to be thinking about pondering the question, what do you think tripped you up this past year from reaching blank? Whatever success that you had set out and didn't really reach last year. What do you think tripped you up, and what are you ready to really achieve? So this can sound like, I'm wondering what tripped me up from getting the body that I want. What happened last year? What came in my way that didn't allow me to get that body to really transform permanently my behavior with food? So what came up? What happened? Or what tripped me up from getting that love that I want? That really beautiful, fulfilling relationship. What came into my life that really prevented me from doing that? What thoughts, what behaviors, what patterns have I seen that have held me back from having that loving relationship? Or what held me back from feeling powerful? What came into my way? What made it really maybe challenging for me to step into an aspect of my career that feels really good for me, really, like I've achieved something, that I feel successful there? Or maybe what tripped you up from feeling balanced or even calm or relaxed? So I wanted you guys to all think about what has been tripping you up over the past year, because this is going to set you up for really taking the initiative to truly cleanse. It's not all about the food. It's not all about the gym. There's actually something else to this that I'm going to share with you that's going to be really powerful for you and a real opportunity for you to cleanse. Okay? So these challenges, whatever happened that, said it tripped you up, it prevented you from achieving blank, okay? I wanted you to jot down a few things, so that you could explore this and, really get a sense of what it means to transform. Because when we go into the new year and we focus simply on food, or we focus simply on the body, we are simply going to get changes. We may see result, but we won't actually achieve a true transformation. And when we're looking for a true success and really a check mark off of our achievements, it's important that we have not only change, but transformation. So I wanted to set the tone by talking with you guys tonight about what it means to transform. okay? And feel free, if you're on the live and you want to shout out something and comment, feel free. And also, if you want to share this video because you're liking what you're hearing and you know that someone else will enjoy this message, please share, because sharing my message is also a way to get the message out there. So when we transform, okay, guys, when we transform, because I know you're listening tonight because you want to transform, when we transform something in our life, it's important we move away from viewing ourselves as secular. Did everybody hear that? It's really important that we move away from seeing ourselves as secular. Meaning we move away from focusing on just one aspect of ourselves. Notice how everybody's seeing everybody at the gym. So people are focusing on the aspect of the body. And then we see the long lines at the grocery store. People are focusing on the aspect of food. Sometimes they put food and body together. But there's actually 3 aspects of our health and well-being. There's actually 3 aspects of ourselves, okay? Of the energy being in which we are and the state in which we exist currently. And so here's what I want to share with you, okay, to get you guys seeing, moving away from this secular view that we just focus on food or we focus on body and that's what's going to create the transformation, when really that's just going to create a change, and it will create result, but it won't be permanent unless we transform really the 3 aspects of ourselves that are existing in our present reality, that we take awareness to the 3 aspects of ourselves in which we are. And that is, we are mind, we are body, and we are also soul. And these 3 things work in tandem with each other. They are not separate. They work together. And when we bring those things together, we actually have an incredible alignment that occurs, okay? And an incredible sense of power, an incredible sense of health, an incredible sense of belief in oneself, an incredible sense of vitality. We can't operate as though these things are secular, that they're separate from each other. The mind and the body and the soul are meant to work together. They are the 3 key aspects of achieving ultimate health and well-being. So whoever set out in 2019 and said, I want to improve my health, I want to be healthy, I want to have, the goal of losing 10, 20, 30 pounds, I want to quit alcohol, or I want to quit not eating right. I am giving you some really innovative, really new, very insightful information here tonight, because this also kicks off a really awesome program that I have launched, my online course. Yeah, I'm taking the business to the next level, because that is what I've intended to do in the new year, and have enjoyed doing in this past year. And this course is called Be Fit Mind, Body, and Soul. And so it takes the 3 aspects of our itself, our whole self, and it allows us to get aware, present to what it is that we've been engaging in, both mentally, physically, and spiritually, that hasn't been serving us, and to really let that go, and therefore then transform our health and really lead the life we truly deserve. And so in that program, you're actually going to be able to watch online videos, have access to meditations, a workbook, high vibration recipes, online forum where you can share and connect with others who are doing this program, and you will effortlessly transform your health. You will lose weight. You will essentially create a deeper connection to your body, to your mind, and really begin to walk in a whole new level with yourself. So if this sounds like something that you want to do, I want you to head over to befitmindbodysoul.com right now and get yourself enrolled and use the promo code BeFitNow. Okay, and you can save $100 off. And I have Dan on the live, free from people pleasing. I love that. Happy New Year to that. And I love that you're forgiving too. That's wonderful. And William says, I focus on the spirit and the soul. Beautiful. So I want to encourage you guys. Let's take all three aspects in. Okay. Because to truly cleanse, we must begin to open up to lay this foundation down. There are three aspects to ultimate health and well-being, and they are the mind, the body, and the soul. And in order to feel truly healthy, it's important that we align the mind, body, and soul, and that we can then, in that moment, really experience those three aspects of health. How do we begin this process? How do we cleanse? This is tonight's topic. How do we truly cleanse ourselves from what's, creating a disconnect from our whole self? Well, we've just become aware that we're not secular. We can't just focus on mind. We can't just focus on body, and we can't just focus on spirit. We actually have to focus on all three. Okay. But there's one that's really important that we actually take, sort of a forward step with that will allow for all of these other two to come into play and to come into alignment. So we cleanse ourselves from the disconnect, okay, from the unhealthy eating, from the alcohol use, or from the, not feeling good enough, or from the, feeling afraid to take the next step or to achieve something, or feeling like we constantly get tripped up, okay? We can cleanse ourselves from that by starting with looking at our mind, okay? The mind is a highly crafted machine. It is a highly crafted machine that has such incredible power. The mind really dictates how we feel, and our thoughts have an incredible impact on the way that our body actually performs, the way that it looks, the things that we behave in, the actions that we take. Our feelings influence our thoughts and directly influence how we behave, what things we believe about ourselves, and then the things we take action in our life on. So the first step to truly cleansing, and you can learn more about this on my online course in more detail with more coaching. But for tonight, the purpose of tonight is to really start with our mind, because the mind is going to give you then access to aligning with the body, and then the mind is going to give you access to gaining more information from your soul self. Because if our mind is busy, if our mind is so wound up, we literally can't get present to what we're feeling and thinking. So we have no idea how we're actually influencing our health, and why we're sick all the time, or why we're carrying the extra weight, or why we feel tired, or why we feel unmotivated. We've got to get to the powerhouse, the mind first. We've got to clear it out so that we can get present to our bodies and then gain access to the soul self, because that's where the sweet stuff is. The soul self is where we actually can then take control of the driver's seat, start to drive our car of life, and make that really the powerhouse of our existence. But if we haven't been used to really working with our mind and taking the power back that we have with our mind, then this is where we need to start. This is where the cleanse needs to start, okay? So when we think about this cleanse, we're wanting something. It's 2019. It's day 2. We all, who's on the live today and who are tuning in tonight, we all have something different we want for ourselves this year. And what I want you to start asking is, what have I been saying and doing and believing and habitually behaving like that has not been serving me to achieve this goal, to achieve my desired goals, to really get my personal successes? And I think, really, in terms of achieving personal successes, we have to have a pillar of health. So for tonight, we want to see that in achieving our personal success, we want to have a pillar of real ultimate health. And that comes from taking away that secular view and really bringing into the notion that we are in tandem, a mind, body, and soul, working to come into alignment, to step into the most powerful version of ourselves. And in order to do that, we want to cleanse the mind. We want to actually focus on cleansing our mind. And in that, we can work with other avenues like exercise and food to enhance that cleansing. You know, I have a part on my online course where I encourage people to do intermittent fasting, where they have long periods of time between 6 and 12 hours where they're actually not consuming anything but, you know, liquids and water, or if you choose, tea or coffee, because that can be one way to actually help that cleansing process with the mind. I don't recommend you do that on your own unless you have a powerful coach, as myself, to really help you with what comes up. But it's not to say that the body and what we eat aren't important aspects, but we want to take in consideration the mind, really seeing the mind, and how when we clear it out, when we cleanse it, we can actually gain aspects or assets of our soul, and really then shift a whole understanding of our body. So to achieve this first step, to achieve this first step of cleansing, and let me know if you guys have questions on the live, or, if you want to call in, I did offer that as an option. I'll shout out the number right now. I'm just looking it up on my phone. It's 347-542-8902. And you can share with me, about your journey with cleansing, or your curiosity or interest, or what you're ready to really achieve in this new year. So the first step to cleansing your mind, which ultimately, guys, like I said, will ultimately empower you to see, the impact that your thoughts and feelings have on your body, your energy levels, and your well-being. The mind is a powerhouse, remember? And your feelings and thoughts really dictate your behavior. And if there's something that you didn't achieve last year that you're ready to achieve for yourself this year, then I encourage us to look into the mind, okay? And it sounds like someone actually just is calling, so that's so exciting. So, hey, we're going to let you right in. Who is this? Who am I talking to?
Hi, Elizabeth. It's Vivian.
Oh, hey, Vivian, what's up?
Not much. I'm just listening to your podcast, and I don't know if I can say this yet, but I did do your online retreat.
I know you did. You were one of my first, my premieres back in December.
I know. So actually, first of all, I just want to say, first and foremost, I've been working with you since last September.
Yep.
And you are just like the messenger for just the utmost truth.
Aww.
And anybody who is listening to you right now, you just have such a powerful and such a special way to get to see the truth in people and bring it out of them. So anybody who is listening, this is your person. This is the person to go to
Aww.
whether you want to lose weight, get more clarity, Like, I just believe in your work so much.
Oh, thank you, Vivian. Well,
Of
what
course.
is what intrigued you to call tonight? So what did you want to share with me? And I appreciate
So
that so much. It's such a beautiful message. Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. But what did you
So
what's
I just want to share
mm-hmm.
that, a while ago I was working out, I was eating healthy, and I looked the best that I have ever have looked in years.
Yep.
And I would still look in the mirror, and it wasn't enough. I still looked in the mirror, and I called myself fat,
Yeah.
and I didn't feel good about myself. It wasn't enough. And looking back on it now, I'm like, oh, I wish I could be there. But right now, after doing your retreat, I get that, it really led me to the voice in my head.
Yeah.
And reading the stories in the workbook really helps me bring it out of me.
Yeah.
And I saw that you can have the food, you can have the right food, you can have the workout regimen, but if your feelings are not matching what you're eating, and if your feelings are not matching the exercise that you're doing,
Yep.
there's always going to be something missing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, and just this weekend I started the fasting, and it was my first time looking at myself in the mirror, and I felt such an amount of joy and happiness because food was not the answer. Food was
Yes.
not the answer to my happiness. Food was not the answer to, me being dependent on things. And, food can go with anything. It can go with drinking or any type of something that you're
Shopping,
depending on.
money. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
All the external. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. So, wow. So, you got present to what you were thinking and feeling. And what did you do with it? How did you truly cleanse?
Oh, man. I changed my thoughts. I aligned everything together, and I realized that I was happy without food. You need your body, you need your mind, and you need your soul. And your feelings and your thoughts, they coincide together. They're kind of like a linchpin to lead you to your soul.
Right. Beautiful. So you saw a beautiful part of cleansing, and that can be with the fasting. But what you really saw was also this cleansing of the mind. So really seeing that,
Oh, yeah.
relying on more of that deeper connection for yourself, your more soul self, you were actually able to then dissect your thoughts and your feelings and choose whether or not you wanted to keep thinking and feeling the way that you were. Even though you were doing the workout, you were eating the plan,
Yes.
you then saw, no, there was something I was thinking and saying about myself that was actually holding me back to achieving the ultimate success of feeling happy and healthy. That's pretty cool.
Oh my God, like nail in the coffin right there.
I
Totally.
love it.
For
That's
sure.
so awesome, Vivian. I am so glad
Yeah.
that you did the program. You got so much out of it. And if you could
Like the golden ticket.
It's the golden ticket. I love it. So if you could
Really
give
is.
people who are like on the fence about it, if you could give them like one sentence to change their mind, transform their mind about this, what would you say?
Oh man, it is like, if you want that body, if you want that health, if you want everything that you've been looking for, it's all within you. And the only way that worked for me to get it was following your retreat online and the workbook. And it step by step guides you through your thoughts, through your feelings, leading exactly to your soul, why you're feeling the way you are, that's holding you from getting what you want.
Wonderful. Wow, you are awesome.
For
Thank
sure.
you so much. And, just to give the listeners also a background, Vivian's been working with me for about 1.5 years. So you've done also more of the work one-on-one with me too. And so this just sounds incredible for you. I'm so happy for you, and I appreciate your
love
calling.
this shift. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. All right,
Thank
awesome,
you.
Vivian. Thank you so much. I'm going to throw you in a free half an hour just for calling in, so you can put that on your schedule with me. Yes, absolutely. And for anybody that ever calls in, I always give away some free stuff. So thank you so much, Vivian. We're going to get moving on with the
Have a good
podcast.
night.
Thank you. I'll see you
Okay.
soon.
Bye.
Bye. That is so awesome, guys. I'm so glad that Vivian called in. Feel free, if you have any comments or anything you want to share on the podcast, you totally can. 347-542-8902. You get a shout out. And guess what? My podcast has been growing huge. I had over 120 downloads from my last episode in the last week, which was so cool. I was used to getting like 30 or 40 downloads, 4 months ago, and it's now doubled. So that's what happens when you set intentions and really align yourself with your mind, body, and soul, your three aspects, and truly start to cleanse. And the cleanse starts with your mind, okay? So we see that when you get present to what you've been thinking or feeling that has been holding you back from achieving your successes, okay, we can see that there's the disconnect. We can start to get present to the root cause, okay? The root is what has been holding us back and limiting us in a conversation where we can't reach our successes, and really it holds us back from our soul self, the part of us that has this deep desire to learn and grow. So here's what I wanted you guys to think about, okay? Think about it this way. So in order to really get you present to how to understand this concept in a more deeper, more richer way, think about a powerful cyclist, okay? This powerful cyclist knows they need to bring several aspects into alignment before being a master at what they do and having a really successful ride. The master cyclist, the powerful cyclist, the cyclist that has success after success in their rides has to wear the right shoes, right? They have to have the right shoes and the clothing. Or, if they go on there with jeans and a winter coat, they're not going to go as fast. They're not going to be aerodynamically going through the space. They also have they have to have the right nutrition and hydration. If you don't drink any water and you plan to go on a 25-mile bike ride, you're going to lose stamina. And the master's really successful cyclist, the one who has, achievements consistently, has to have the right kind of bike. Okay? And so if all three of these things are in alignment, this cyclist can ride anywhere in the world and have all the success and really feel good. And if at any moment that cyclist is not feeling good in his shoes or in his clothes or his nutrition or his hydration or uncomfortable on his bike ride, it can be challenging and it can be frustrating. And so it can be a sort of red flag. Something isn't in alignment, okay? So let me share this with you. So let's say this cyclist who they haven't become powerful yet. They haven't realized that they need the right shoes, they need the right hydration and nutrition, they need the right bike. So they haven't become powerful and they're not having successful rides. They're actually unsuccessful. And he's tired. Every time he gets off the bike, he's tired, he's worn out. He isn't reaching his goals for speed and how fast he wants to go. And so he gets off the bike one time and he says, okay, it's my shoes. It's my shoes that aren't right, that are keeping me from, really achieving the success that I want. And so he goes and he buys himself a really expensive pair of shoes and also a new pair of bike shorts. And he's all decked out. He's got new shoes, bike shorts. He's, the fittest, the thinnest thing that you could possibly imagine. And he's ready to ride. So he goes on this cycling bike ride, and yet he still feels tired. He still feels fatigued and he's not reaching his personal goal. He wants to ride 50, 60 miles straight with, little or no effort and feel really good, and he's not seeing it. So he gets off the bike the second time and he's like, okay, it's my nutrition, it's my hydration. So he goes and he buys all the supplements and he gets all the Gatorade water and the fancy Propel and, maybe some new product out there. And so he's got the shoes, the shorts, and then he's got the supplements and he's got the hydration, and he goes for that bike ride, and he's like, this is going to be the bike ride. I'm going to reach my goals, and it's going to be success. And yet he goes on this bike ride and he still feels challenged, fatigued. There's some resistance. He's not actually really fully reaching his potential. And he gets off the bike and he's like so frustrated. He's like, what the heck? And he's almost like, I don't want to be a cyclist anymore. I don't want to ride the bike. I give up on these dreams that I have. I used to be able to see me cross the finish line at a big, huge world tour. Now I don't even know if I can do this. Is this ringing any bell for anybody? I'm sure we've had these kind of conversations with ourselves about our own personal successes or achievements that we want to have. But here's the thing. He gets off the bike this third time, and actually the second time into his third ride, and he says, you know what? It's the bike. The bike is also too small. It's not allowing me to reach my legs up and to be able to cycle at a speed that's really comfortable for me. So he has his shoes, his shorts, the nutrition, the hydration, and now a new bike. And he goes on this third ride, and he has an incredible journey. He has brought into alignment the 3 successes of a masterful, powerful cyclist: the shoes, the clothing, the nutrition, the hydration, and the bike. Okay? And he has now achieved his goals. He reached his time. He actually flew past what he set out to accomplish. And he felt so amazing getting at the end of that mileage. And you see that in this, when he came into alignment of all 3 of those things, that he was able to achieve what he set out to. And so as he focused on just the clothes, he didn't see the shift. And as he focused on just the supplements and the nutrition, he still didn't see the shift. And as, he focused on, the bike, and he brought all of those other things into it, he actually started to see the shift. He went from some change, from some result, to actually a transformation in how he achieved his success. And in there, when he was just focusing on the shoes and when he was just focusing on the hydration and nutrition, he was coming up against some anger, some frustration, some, why can't I do this? That happens to all of us, I imagine, on the new year. We focus on just the gym. We focus on just the food. And then we still reach a wall. We still reach a roadblock. And we start blaming ourselves, and we start getting angry and frustrated with, why aren't I achieving this? Yet we have to bring the third element of success in our health, true achievement of ultimate well-being, into consideration. The bike is a metaphor for the mind. The bike is a metaphor for the mind. That we need to bring our mind into this. We need to actually bring then the body into it. We need to then bring the soul into our health. We need to take all 3 of those aspects, just like a powerful cyclist takes all 3 of its aspects for success and brings them together. Because when we just focus on food and we just focus on the physical, we miss that mental part. We miss then the spiritual part. Because if we're not mentally clear, then we certainly cannot deeply connect with our soul self and let that soul self lead. Okay? So we can see that in order to cleanse, in order to start this cleanse this new year and make it powerful to achieve, we've set a foundation down that we are looking at ourselves as a 3-part being: mind, body, and soul. And that there is a great power in seeing that this highly crafted machine of our mind is actually the catalyst for transformation once we get present to our thoughts and our feelings. It's actually the dictator of our physical appearance and our way we physically feel, and it's then the dictator or master of how much we are either connected or disconnected from our soul self. So I know all of you on a soul level want to connect and really achieve your successes, or you wouldn't be listening into tonight. And that's why I want you to really think about how you want to achieve this. How do you want to get to your successes? And what is it that has been holding you back? What feelings, what thoughts, what things inside your mind have consistently been showing up? What behaviors, what habits are holding you back, no matter even if you go to the gym or if you go and you change your food program? Okay? Think about it. What is it that we've been thinking or feeling that is not serving us anymore? And go deeper with that. To become truly fit, one must be aware of the idea that we have three aspects of our well-being: our mind, our body, and our soul. And in order for us to be truly healthy and happy, like a powerful cyclist, we must be willing to open ourselves up to all aspects, exploring each of them: mental, physical, and spiritual. Our thoughts influence our behavior with body and food. They influence our feelings, our sense of well-being. So in order to truly cleanse, we must get present to what the mind is saying, how it is driving our reality. And so with that mental shift, we will then experience a transformation, not just a change, a transformation. A transformation is a long-term, permanent solution to what has held you back from not achieving your success. That's the kind of work that I do. I offer people transformation, not change, not short-term results, transformation. And I offer them the opportunity to learn how to consistently cleanse. Once they've mastered that part with the mind, then their body, you can play around with intermittent fasting. We can talk about food as a tool to see ourselves deeper and, really explore that subject on a more spiritual level. But then you get to access the soul information for yourself, what you're here for, what drives you, what makes this journey purposeful for you. And so to truly cleanse on tonight's podcast, the information that I want you to go home with is to get present to the thoughts and feelings that are not serving you. Just like that cyclist that didn't get powerful yet, what are you focusing on that actually isn't all three aspects of the mind, body, and soul? So what are you putting a secular attention to that's actually drawing you away from what you really need to get present to? And that's what you're probably thinking and saying, because that's actually the driving force behind what we do. So in order for you to take your life to the next level, because I know you want to do this and I know you want to get powerful with your body, your food, and your soul, I know you want to get fit today, head over to my website, Be Fit Mind, Body, and Soul. Sign up for the program. It's $149 and it's a lifetime access to a retreat that you can serve you for a lifetime and will literally lend itself to a transformation of your mind, your body, and your soul. And so it's not about change and it's not about short-term results. It's actually about achieving your success. And a pillar in personal success is health. In order to achieve your personal successes, you want to be healthy. You want to be able to access true well-being at any point in time. And so how are you going to cleanse? How are you going to cleanse this new year? You got to get to the root cause of what's been holding you back. You have to get to the bottom of what your mind, your highly crafted machine, has been telling you that isn't true anymore. What the little girl or boy you self has created in order for you to think that you are safe, happy, comforted. So get thinking about that. So folks, this really ties up tonight's podcast. I opted the cycling story to a personal share, but next week we're going to be talking more about cleansing with intermittent fasting, and I'll be sharing more stories about my past in terms of food and my relationship to my body, and really helping you guys going on this journey of truly cleansing for the next 4 weeks. And really, if you join the online program, for a lifetime commitment to transform your health and lead the life you deserve. Don't wait. Take action today. All right, guys, love and light. This is Elizabeth signing out. Okay.
He just ended the live video.
Awesome. Perfect.